Today, we are going to talk about Philogix PBR Painter Pro, one of the best layer painter add-ons for Blender. Now without further ado, let's get started. This video is brought to you by Learn to Make Looping Animations, a Blender course that teaches you to create 4 high-quality looping animations step by step. Check it out in the link below. So Philogix PBR Painter Pro is a Blender add-on that allows you to texture and paint directly in Blender with a layer-styled workflow, which is very similar to what you have in Substance Painter and Photoshop. This really makes it very easy for you to create textures in Blender and also control these textures. This layer system is really useful, especially if you are working on a complex artwork, because dragging and managing all the nodes in the node shader is a real challenge. Layers provide a way to manage all the items that makes up your artwork. Think of layers as a clear folder that contains artworks. If you reshuffle the folders, you can change the stacking order of the items in your artwork. The Layers panel provides an easy way to select, hide, lock, and change the appearance attributes of the artwork. There are 2 layer levels that the add-on provides. One is the material layer to manage the materials layers in the project. The second is the channel layer to help you create and manage the layers inside the channel of the material layers. Each material layer will have 8 channels, including base color, metallic, roughness, emission, alpha, height, normal, and layer mask. And when it comes to the channel layers, there are 5 types. The surface layer type allows you to choose pre-made smart surfaces and customize their parameters. Image layer. This type of layer allows you to load images from the library or from your computer, and you can load bake maps as well. Anchor layer. This layer type is a way to expose any resource or element in the layer stack and reference it in different areas of the layer stack for different purposes and with a different set of adjustments. ID layer. ID layer allows you to convert ID maps to black and white maps. Filler layers. This layer type are layers that transform content of a layer. Now, one of the great features that the add-on offers is Smart Materials, which are an asset created in Philogix PBR Painter, which can generate textures that take the geometry of the target 3D asset into account. This can be very useful in context of production. You just need to choose the material you need in the library of Philogix PBR Painter and adjust the parameters accordingly. You can also create your own smart materials, export them, and share them with the world. The add-on also offers a great baking system, and if you're not familiar with the term baking is the process of saving information from a 3D mesh to a texture file. A high poly mesh has many polygons, which means it can display high resolution 3D detail, and the low poly mesh has far fewer polygons, so it's cheaper to store and render. Baking textures allow you to get the best of both worlds, the high level of detail from the high poly mesh and the low performance costs of the low poly mesh. In the baking process, the information of the high poly mesh is transferred onto the low poly mesh and saved into a texture. Now Philogix PBR Painter supports a set of mesh maps which all have different usages. Normal generates a tangent space normal map. This describes the normal angle at the surface of the object. This kind of normal map is commonly used to shade and simulate details on the surface of a low poly 3D mesh. ID is mostly used to create selection masks. Ambient occlusion. Ambient occlusion generates a texture that contains the ambient shadow, similar to overcast lighting from the sky on a white surface. Curvature Curvature is often used to damage edges of the geometry to simulate edge wear. Now, after you finish working on your texture, you need to export it. And Philogix PBR Painter offers PBR texture export according to the channel options if you enable them, so that you can use it in other software or in Blender by using the import feature. Now tell me in the comments below, what do you think about this add-on? Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this one. Thank you for watching and goodbye.